Hi everyone. Hi guys. Let's wait for some time for some people to join. Hope you're having a great weekend और अपने वीकेंड से टाइम निकाल के हमें ज्वाइन करने के लिए धन्यवाद. Guys, जैसे जैसे आप ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, please drop us a hi in the comments. It will be great to see you. थोड़ा और वेट कर लेते हैं. Hi Chandrasekhar, nice to see you. Good to see more people joining in. Guys, जैसे जैसे आप ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, please keep dropping us a hi in the comments. Hi Amit. एंड प्लीज़ लेट अस नो कि आप ये पहली बार इस मास्टर क्लास को ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं या फिर आप एक रिपीट व्यूअर है. रियली ग्रेट टू नो. हाय अर्थ व्यू. हाय कमलेश. हाय पुष्पा. गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to our masterclass with Vishal Mehta. जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, अगर आप एक रिपीट व्यूअर है तो ये हमारी टेक्निकल एनालिसिस की एक सीरीज है. वी आर ऑन पार्ट 11 and every Saturday Vishal Mehta joins us and teaches us a new topic. Vishal, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
All good, Anchal. Thank you very much. And thanks for the viewers who is taking a time out on Saturdays and learning something new to enhance their career. So thank you to them as well.
Yes, that's great. A big thank you to all our viewers. विशाल, आज की क्लास शुरू करने से पहले मैं हमारे व्यूअर्स को आपका एक छोटा सा प्रोफाइल दे देती हूँ. विशाल मेहता is a full-time independent trader. He is a chartered market technician from USA and co-chair for India chapter for CMT. He started as a discretionary trader. Vishal has worked with all the leading financial service providers in India and globally like Bloomberg, Thomson Reuters, Spider Software, and Reliable Software and Financial Technologies. He was featured on Money Control and eLearn Market using his trading strategies. He also won a 30-day challenge by one of the brokers for 7 months in a row. And as always, as usual, I'm going to repeat my line. I'm going to say that guys, आपके पास यहाँ एक बहुत ही efficient and proficient professor है जो आज आपकी क्लास लेने वाले हैं. So विशाल, do tell us कि आज हम क्या पढ़ेंगे.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Anchal. So let me just load up my presentation and share my screen. So if you can just help me to figure out if you are able to see the screen. आप
Yes.
देख पा रहे हो मेरी screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So as we know, हम लोग हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों का इस्तेमाल करते रहेंगे and we will what we are going to study is Elliott Wave. और जैसे अंचल ने बताया था कि आप ये फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे हो या इलियट वेव का नाम सुन के आप पहली बार आज आए हो. सो अगर आप पहली बार आए हो तो इट्स नॉट अ न्यू कोर्स. ये हम लोग ने बहुत बड़ा टाइम स्पेंड किया. आई थिंक अभी अगर हम लोग 10 वीक बोलते तो इट इज़ मोर देन अ 2.5 month. और टेक्निकल एनालिसिस ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है that cannot be learned over a day by reading a book. It takes years and years and years and years of practice to master it. Similarly, पढ़ाने में भी बहुत टाइम जाता है. We have actually spent so many days. We have already completed all these courses which you can see the tick marks. We have already completed them. And the interesting part is I term them as the basics of technical analysis. Now we are going to change our game now. अब तक हम बहुत थोड़ा इजी सीख रहे थे कंपैरेटिवली. लेकिन आज की तारीख के बाद कोई मुझे ऐसा नहीं बोल सकेगा कि सर ये बहुत बेसिक है. बिकॉज एलियट वेव थियरी इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट complicated topics to explain एक्सप्लेन तो छोड़ो, सिखाना तो बहुत बड़ी दूर की बात है, मतलब पहले सीखा, बोलना ही बहुत बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई, बट वी विल मेक श्योर, हम लोग ट्राई करेंगे ये जो इतना बड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सब्जेक्ट है उसको ब्रेक डाउन करके एज अ लेमैन पर्सन हाउ आई कैन ट्रेड। आई डोंट वांट टू बी एन इलियोटिशियन, मुझे वेव काउंट्स नहीं बनाने, मुझे वो वेव काउंट को लेके ट्रेडिंग करनी है। तो दैट्स वेयर वी विल स्टार्ट फोकसिंग ऑन, बट उसके लिए ये ग्राउंड वर्क जरूरी है। So we will learn about Elliott Wave Theory today, and this is going to be a very, very, very interesting session. So you don't want to miss out on. ठीक है? So Elliott Wave किसने बनाया? So name of the guy is called Ralph Nelson Elliott. Okay. So basically उसकी एक history थी. He was an accountant. By the way, he did not trade it. So you will be surprised. जिसकी हम लोग स्टडी करने वाले हैं आज, उसने खुद कभी बहुत बड़ा ट्रेडिंग नहीं किया था. He was an accountant working for a firm, and he got a critical illness, and he said, okay, you know what, I'm going to eventually there will be some point of time my life would end. So he wanted to take a break. He went to a beach and he was looking at the beaches, and all of a sudden pata nahi, he realized there is a relationship between how the market behaves, and he was tracking the market at that point of time, and what is the waves happening in the market, and he called them, he put it them into a newsletter at that point of time, and it was never written like a book, it was written like a newspaper article. उनके न्यूज़पेपर आर्टिकल थे और उनको कंबाइन करके एक थियरी प्रोपाउंड हुई विच इज कॉल्ड एज इलियट वेव. ठीक है? It was developed in 1930, so it is not an age old like a candlestick patterns. It is recent in the arena, and he believed that stock market moves in waves, and that's where the correlation जो beach के साथ था, he was sitting at a beach and looking at the waves, he realized market also moves in waves. In a broader sense, Elliott wave theory resembles Dow theory, जो हमारे first session में सीखा था. There was a question that we use, or there's a theory that we use, market moves in trends, uptrend and downtrend, and there is a primary uptrend and then there is a secondary correction that mota moti resembles like an Elliott wave, what we will learn about motive wave and corrective wave. तो दोनों सेम ही है, नाम का थोड़ा फर्क है और उसके इंटरप्रिटेशन थोड़े अलग है. So we will study about them. So why should we study Elliott wave? वो सबसे पहला इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन अपने दिमाग में होना चाहिए, why? बिकॉज अगर वो क्लियर नहीं है ना तो फिर लाइफ में कुछ भी आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे. एंड आई वाज जस्ट रीडिंग दिस बुक, नॉट अ बुक, आर्टिकल, और उन्होंने बहुत सही बताया था मुझे, आई गॉट रियली इंस्पायर्ड बाय इट, कि व्हेन यू आर फाइंडिंग अ प्रॉब्लम या फिर आप कोई चीज करना चाहते हो तो पहला क्वेश्चन आपको पूछना चाहिए, व्हाई शुड आई बी डूइंग इट? क्योंकि हम लोग, सब लोग कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग कर रहे हैं, तो सब लोग और कुछ करेंगे तो आपको भी और कुछ करना पड़ेगा. बट आपका वाई बड़ा क्लियर होना चाहिए. और वो लोग बोलते हैं कि आपको 5 बार वो वाई क्वेश्चन के आंसर मिलने चाहिए, तभी जाके आपको एक रियल प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन मिलता है. So it was very interesting conversation or the article that I read. So that's where I always believe that your why should be very clear, why you should be learning Elliott wave. So anybody knows who is this guy, and I'm sure not many people will know him, but he's legend when it comes to trading.
Guys, अपने answers comments में डाल दीजिए and we will take them up.
But my best guess is nobody will be able to give the answer. If somebody gives, I'll be very happy. Who is this guy? Because Warren Buffett दिखा दो, भैया जी दिखा दो, सबको आंसर पता है. But a lot of not many people would know कि ये बंदा कौन है. Okay, I don't think so it is going to come. Let's wait for a few more seconds and see. No idea. Okay, that's also a good answer. लाइफ में ये भी बहुत जरूरी है, कभी नहीं पता है तो ना भी बोल सकते हैं. अच्छा, कोई पूछ रहा है एसबीआई बैंक टू इन्वेस्ट, नहीं, ये एसबीआई का चेयरमैन नहीं है.
गाइज लेट मी रिमाइंड यू कि ये सेशन खत्म होने के बाद हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पे आपको दिखेगा. प्लेलिस्ट का नाम है मास्टर क्लास विद विशाल मेहता, जिसमें और भी एपिसोड्स हैं, एपिसोड 1 to एपिसोड 10B. So please check them out if you want to learn the complete course.
ठीक है, I think so, as I expected nobody would know him. The name of the guy is called as Paul Tudor Jones. Okay, he's an American investor, hedge fund manager, and he founded an hedge fund called as Tudor Investment, and currently he's managing 4.7 billion dollars. His net worth is 4.7. Is among the top 150 richest person in the world. Okay, not in India, not in Asia, not in America. 120th richest person in the world, and a 22nd highest earning hedge fund manager. And you want to see what he says? And he uses Elliott Wave in his analysis. He uses this analysis in his trading decision. और 1983 का जो क्रैश था, he made a big money comparing 1987, sorry, 1987 के क्रैश में he made big money comparing 1987 chart and a 1929 chart together, and there were some similarity of Elliott Wave, which he founded, and he shorted the market like anything and made his big money. Okay, so what does he have to say about Elliott Wave theory? The Elliott Wave theory allows one to create incredibly favorable risk to reward opportunities. I attribute a lot of my own success to the Elliott Wave approach. जब भी कोई 4.7 बिलियन डॉलर मैनेज करता है, उसकी एस्टिमेट वर्थ है, who is the 120th richest person, and he is the 22nd highest earning hedge fund manager, which is related to our work. If he is saying that I attribute a lot of my own success to the Elliott Wave approach, एक बार सुनना तो चाहिए कि ये क्या है, ये सब्जेक्ट क्यों वो इतना मेहनत किया है, why he is looking at it. So that's why you should study your Elliott Wave. I'm not saying this is for you, but at least you should learn and decide whether it is for me or it is not for me, because it's going to get complicated. Okay, and then after Elliott Wave, there was another gentleman called as Mr. Robert Proctor, who made Elliott Wave very famous in the world, and he has mastered the art of Elliott Wave reading. And what does he have to say? Elliott Wave does not predict the market. It just helps you to understand in which state our market is. Because a lot of people have misplaced and what you can call it, like उसको represent किया हुआ है कि you can predict the market. And the first and foremost guy who has mastered the Elliott Wave is saying it does not predict. It just tells you where you are in the state of the market. Are you in a bullish market? Are you in a bearish market? So, what people think of who don't understand Elliott Wave, and this is, some people gets offended when I put out these statements. Okay, some people have actually sent out messages to me that Vishal, you don't know what you're talking about. But I really wanted to put this very across to you. This is by the people who don't understand Elliott Wave, and the people who understands Elliott Wave are a staunch Elliottian. They are very hardcore believer. For everything there is an Elliott Wave, which I don't believe in. But let's see what people have to say. Some people who don't understand Elliott Wave says Elliott Wave is an idiot wave. Okay, and sometimes it will get very tricky, and I'm again repeating some statements again and again and again for a reason. And this is the best one. If you want to take a revenge on your enemy, teach him Elliott Wave. Okay, now this statement may be very funny, but there is a statement behind it. The statement behind is this: if you start believing Elliott Wave works in the way it kind of represented in the books and everywhere, you will get lost in the counting and you will never be able to trade those counts. Okay, then there is something called as a Elliottian who just look at the Elliott chart, and then there is a trader who can look at the Elliott chart and trade it. So we are going to learn both. In the next part of our session, when we are going to talk about strategies, I'm going to take out the part of the Elliott Wave and put it into a strategy where we can actually trade them. Okay, now remember, let's talk about our first chapter, where we talked about something called as a primary trend. What is the, let me just go back to my paint as an example. In a Dow theory, we have talked about this. This is an uptrend, right? This is also called as an uptrend. Why? Because higher tops, the tops are getting bigger and bigger, and this was higher bottoms. This is the classical definition of an uptrend as per the Elliott Wave Theory. If you look at it, and if somebody asks you about the Dow theory, it says if you see from point A to point B, market is in primary uptrend. Okay, why primary uptrend? Because from point A to point B, market is only going up. But if you see over here, the market came down, which is contrarian to the existing primary uptrend. ओके तो यहाँ पे जो है basically it is called as correction, or what we call as a secondary trend. Okay, secondary trend. Now don't go by my spelling, but these are all the secondary trend which is exactly opposite of the primary trend. If you really wanted to understand from an Elliott wave perspective, if the market moves up and then it goes down, this is called as a motive waves. Motive. So you will be bombarded. आपके पास बहुत सारे क्या बोलते हैं कि वर्ड्स आएंगे that you have to remember. Motive waves, and this is called as corrective waves. जो प्राइमरी ट्रेंड है उसके ऑपोजिट जो जा रहा है उसको हम लोग करेक्टिव बोलेंगे, और जो मेन ट्रेंड में जा रहा है उसको मोटिव बोलते हैं. So this is the motive wave. It is the direction which impels the market in one direction, and the movement in the motive wave comes in the 5-wave structure. Okay, ये अभी बहुत सारे रूल्स आने वाले हैं. That's why we say if you want to take a revenge on your enemy, teach him Elliott wave. Okay, now what you can do is motive wave comes in 5 waves. Okay, so what does it say? What is a motive wave? This is a motive wave. Market is going up. Okay, and then so like let's put it this way: motive wave 1, motive wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then you have a corrective wave. So what is the main direction of this motive wave is this. So this is motive wave 1. After that there was a correction. We'll talk about the correction later. Then there was a motive wave 2. Okay, then there was a motive wave 3. My bad, I'm actually got distracted, sorry for that. Let's restart that one. So motive waves comes in 5 waves. Okay, so let's do this one. If you see over here, the wave 1, can you see from 0 to 1 is wave 1, is a motive wave. Okay, then there is a small correction, then there was a big up move, that is motive wave 3. Okay, then there was a correction, and then there was a wave 5. Now if I wanted to put it on an Elliott wave term, market, if you look at the primary trend, what is the primary trend? Uptrend. And what we call them as a motive waves, and what we said, motive waves comes in how many waves? 5 waves. So this is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4, and this is wave 5. This is a motive. That means the market is going in an uptrend. What you saw from the March bottom till 18,000 was a motive wave. The market just kept on going up and up and up, making higher tops and higher bottoms. What does the definition says of a corrective waves? It comes in 3 waves. Okay, it comes in 3 waves. So you can see over here, wave 1, we call them as wave A, then there was a wave B, and then wave C. And if you see, it is only wave 2. So we have 5 motive waves and a 3 corrective waves. That makes up an 8 wave. Again, I am repeating, this is not going to be an easy session that we have studied so far. It is going to get complicated because it's not like green signal ने red को buy दे दिया तो buy करो, नीचे आया तो sell कर दो. So you have to remember this. This is going to be a complicated one. So let's do a recap of motives and corrective waves. Okay. What we say, motive comes into 5 waves in one direction. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. So I can name them as wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is motive. Market is going in one direction. And I will name it as wave 1. Okay. Now after this wave, motive wave is completed, market will become corrective. Market will correct. And it will come into 3 waves. So you will have wave 1 on this side, then a correction, and then another correction. So here you can call them as wave A, wave B, and wave C. Now this is how a complete Elliott wave will work. Okay. Till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will be a motive wave. And then after the 5th wave is completed, you will get a correction to the entire this up move, and this is called as a corrective wave. Okay, you guys with me so far? Can you give me a yes on the chat?
Guys,
What,
can you drop a yes in the comments if you're following through?
just think of it in a कंपार्टमेंट. अभी तक जो सिखा रहा हूँ वही बराबर है कि नहीं, मतलब यू अंडरस्टूड. मोटिव विल कम इन इम्पल्स, मतलब एक ट्रेंड ऊपर का तरफ पकड़ेगा और फिर करेक्टिव आएगा तो इट विल कम डाउन. ओके, it will come in 3 waves. So this is how the Elliott wave structure gets formed. So Pushpa, Pushpa, okay, and Chandrasekhar, everybody is kind of getting it yes. So let's move to this. Now let's understand why people say it is very complicated. Now if you remember, we said that motive wave comes into 5 waves. ये तो हमारा पूरा ब्रॉड स्ट्रक्चर हो गया. वेव 1, वेव 2, वेव 3, वेव 4, वेव 5, ए, बी एंड सी. ओके, ये हमारा पूरा ब्रॉड स्ट्रक्चर हो गया. और हम लोग ने क्या बोला कि ये वेव 1 है, ये वेव 2 है, ये वेव 3 है, ये वेव 4 है, ये वेव 5 है. And after that we got a corrective wave called as A, B and C. Now if you look it from a macroscopic to a microscopic, अभी तक हम लोग ने बहुत बड़ा व्यू देखा कि ये 1 2 3 4 5 एक इम्पल्स हुआ, ये इम्पल्स हो गया. और मोटिव वेव व्हाट वी कॉल दिस, इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज इम्पल्स वेव, and this is called as a corrective wave. Now if you look at this chart, can you not see the similar kind of fractal or the repetition of what we are seeing? यहाँ पे क्या होगा, एक डायरेक्शन है, अप ट्रेंड है और अप ट्रेंड को करेक्ट हुआ. सो यू कैन एक्चुअली हैव एन इंटरनल वेव लाइक दिस, वेव 1, वेव 2, वेव 3, वेव 4 and wave 5. that itself is a impulse wave in itself. इसके अंदर भी आपको एक वेव मिलता है, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं छोटे वेव्स. यू नो 1 2 3 4 and 5. ओके, अगर आप देखोगे ये वेव 2 जो था, वेव 2, is it not looking like something correction? It can also come in 3 waves, A, B, C. So we will have wave A, wave B and wave C. Now once this correction is over, we are going to have a, what do you call it, apna another wave. Looks like my camera got off. I don't know what went wrong. But you can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So we'll continue. I don't know what went wrong, but we'll continue with this. Okay. Now, if you can see over here, wave 3 is like an impulse wave. Wave 3 is an impulse again because it is going in one direction. So wave 3 will come into 5 waves. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I can name them here internally. And the wave 4 is actually coming as a correction. So you will have wave 1, 2, and 3, which looks like A, B, and C. And what about the wave 5th? Again 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I will denote them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, once this structure gets completed, there is something called as phi of 5. What happens then? The market up till now was in a clear cut uptrend. That was your motive wave or an impulse wave, you can call it. After the fifth wave is complete, market makes a corrective wave. So in corrective, आपको देखना है, आपको देखना है कि मार्केट जोर से नीचे गिर रहा है. बिकॉज अब तक ये क्या हो रहा था, वेव 4 आप देखोगे ना या वेव 2 देखोगे तो वो धीरे धीरे आ रहे थे, लेकिन फिफ्थ वेव बनने के बाद बहुत जोर से आएगा वो. So it will actually come into impulse and you will have actually 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 which is a impulse. अभी ये impulse हो गया, corrective में impulse हुआ, अभी market उसको recover कर रहा है. So it will be a corrective of the impulse which will call as A, B and C. And once that is completed, you will have another 5 wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And guys, this is the most complicated part of Elliott wave. And that's why people say that, I don't understand Elliott wave. If you want to take a revenge on your enemy, teach him Elliott wave. Because you will get lost in which wave you are. Okay? But if you understand from a trader's perspective, and which we will do, this concept will make much more sense to you. Okay? Now, I have just drawn the similar diagram that I've drawn in the paint. If you see over here, wave 1, you denote it by a higher degree with a curly brackets. But that wave 1, which was an impulse wave, came into 5 wave sequence. Wave 1 is impulse, wave 2 is corrective, wave 3 is impulse, wave 4 is corrective, wave 5. You can actually tell me, विशाल ये जो 1 है, ये वाला 1, ये भी impulse है. Can it not also come in 5 waves? And that's what Elliott wave says. Okay, that's what Elliott wave says. You can actually have a internal wave counts even in this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and these two A, B, C. Then these 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. We will not all do all that, but I'm just trying to show you this is all the structure, how the Elliott wave structures are formed. It's an impulse and corrective. एंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ये आपको आज के आज नहीं आ जाएगा, आपको टाइम लगाना पड़ेगा, आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, पर इट इज अ वेरी पावरफुल कॉन्सेप्ट. ये बहुत पावरफुल कॉन्सेप्ट है. तो सो फार if you can give me an Anchal yes on the chat box, it will help me to move forward.
Guys, do let us know if you are understanding विशाल जो बहुत मेहनत करके आपको कॉन्सेप्ट समझा रहे हैं, even the ones that you should teach your enemy. So yeah, yes, you're getting a yes from Ramesh, you're getting a yes from, so we're getting a yes from Chandrasekhar.
Awesome. ठीक है. So let's understand how these wave structures are formed. Okay, ये ऐसे out of the blues नहीं बनते. There is a psychology, there is a reason why ये structure बन रहे हैं. Okay, so now if you can see over here, यहाँ पे एक ट्रेंड था, यहाँ पे एक ट्रेंड था, assuming it was a downtrend. Market was making lower top, lower bottom formation. Market was going down. So this is what? Downtrend. Okay, this is a clear-cut downtrend. Lower top, lower bottom. Classical Dow theory. That's your wave one. मतलब तब तक सबको मंदी ही लग रही है. बाजार कोरोना क्रैश के बाद मार्केट सबको मंदी लग रही थी, इंक्लूडिंग अस ऑल्सो. ठीक है. Now what happens is, at one point of time, some big investor, ओके, ये लोअर टॉप लोअर बॉटम चल रहे थे, तो सब लोग ने क्या किया, सब लोग ने एक ट्रेंड लाइन ड्रॉ की जो हम लोग ने सिखाया हुआ था, लोअर टॉप लोअर बॉटम फॉर्मेशन. सो जब भी मार्केट यहाँ पे आता था, शॉर्ट गो शॉर्ट ऑन द मार्केट. बट ऑल ऑफ अ सडन एट दिस जंक्शन द वैल्यूएशन बिकम्स वेरी अट्रैक्टिव. लोगों को ये बहुत अच्छा लगने लगता है. दे विल स्टार्ट बाइंग ह्यूज क्वांटिटी एंड यू विल सी अ बिग वॉल्यूम हैपनिंग एट द बॉटम एंड द मार्केट विल राइज, द मार्केट विल गो up. But as you know, the market was in a clear-cut downtrend. Market नीचे के lower top, lower bottom formation था. Market can take a resistance and will start coming down. Okay. So wave one is usually a weak rally with only small percentage of traders participating. यहाँ पे small number of traders participate करते हैं, लेकिन जो volume होता है ना, बहुत high होता है. मतलब some smart investor या some big trader has got into this. That is your first indication that there could be a potential change in trend. Prices ऊपर गए, but then after a point of time the market starts reversing. Now what happens there? Wave 2 is a vicious sell-off. Now if you see over here, what was the trend? Downtrend. जैसे जैसे मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है, everybody is finding a very good opportunity to sell. वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? एवरीबडी इज ट्राइंग टू सेल. जैसे ही उनको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली यहाँ पे बेचने के लिए, दे स्टार्टेड सेलिंग हेल आउट ऑफ दैट स्टॉक. बेचो 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 बेचो. एंड दिस इज अ विशियस सेल ऑफ. व्हेन आई से विशियस सेल ऑफ, मतलब हम लोग ने फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट सीखा था, राइट? इफ यू रिमेंबर, व्हाट आर द फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट लेवल्स? इफ एनीबडी कैन रिमेंबर एंड टेल मी ऑन द चैट प्लीज. कौन से रिट्रेसमेंट लेवल हम लोग ने सीखा है?
मिड सेशन टेस्ट.
हाँ, वो ऐसे ही होती है, सरप्राइज, आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस क्वेश्चन.
पॉप क्विज.
Okay. So who remembers
Meanwhile,
what are the yeah.
Meanwhile, Zamir is saying that it is difficult, but trying to understand as much as possible in general. Okay, so Chandrasekhar has answered 23, 38, 61, 78.
Nirmal is saying 23.6.
Nirmal is saying 23.6.
Let's wait for a few more answer. Or if not, then it's okay. I think so. Chandra has already given those answers. 23, 38, somewhere around 61.8 and 78.6. So your wave 2 usually will stop at around 61.8 या 78.6. मतलब ये अगर मैं एक वेव को बॉटम से पकड़ता हूं और देयर वाज अ रैली, यूजुअली बहुत रेयरली ऐसा होगा कि वेव 2 23.6 पे रुकेगा या 38.2 पे रुकेगा. इट विल मेनली स्टॉप एट 61.8 और 78.6. एंड दिस इज अ विशियस सेल ऑफ, क्योंकि आपको लग रहा है अरे भाई मैंने लिया और नीचे जा रहा है, मैंने लिया और नीचे जा रहा है, मैंने लिया और नीचे जा रहा है. But it will stop somewhere around 61.8 to 78.6. Okay, and that's where a lot of people will start getting out of the position. लेकिन remember, मैंने बताया था यहाँ पे एक स्मार्ट इन्वेस्टर है जो बहुत ज्यादा वॉल्यूम करके बैठा हुआ है. ओके, अमित राज, अगर आपको फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट के बारे में नहीं पता, नो प्रॉब्लम. वी हैव एक्चुअली डन अ सेशन You have to go back into that masterclass with Vishal Mehta. Anchal will definitely give you the link. वहाँ पे हम लोग ने रिट्रेसमेंट के बारे में डेफिनेटली बताया हुआ है. ओके, एंड नाउ व्हेन वी सी ये जो बड़ा ट्रेडर है उसने यहाँ पे खरीदा है, यहाँ पे खरीदा है, यहाँ पे खरीदा है, यहाँ पे खरीदा है. He will never allow the prices to go below his purchase price. वो कहीं यहीं पे आके और भी खरीदना चालू कर देगा. He will start buying even more. Now when he start buying more, what will happen to the prices? Demand will go up and the prices will start going up. So that's what happens. Okay, and this is the beginning of wave 3. वेव 1 पे बहुत ज्यादा वॉल्यूम था. वेव 2 पे जब भी हम लोग आएंगे तो वॉल्यूम थोड़ा ड्राई हो जाएगा एंड मार्केट में स्टॉप एट 61.8 और 78.6. okay, market will stop somewhere around here and then there is this big player will start coming back again and the market will start going up again. And now if you remember हम लोग ने जब ये कर रहे थे, so this was a clear cut downtrend and people were shorting everything. So at the previous peak lot of stop losses will be placed. okay, सब लोग ने क्या किया है, सबके स्टॉप लॉसेस कहाँ रह गए, सब ने स्टॉप लॉसेस यहाँ पे ये प्रीवियस पीक या उसके प्रीवियस पीक या यहाँ पे स्टॉप लॉसेस रखे थे. नेक्स्ट दिन अ गुड न्यूज कम्स इन, एंड मार्केट टेक्स आउट दैट हाई. ये जो प्रीवियस हाई था ना, अभी सब लोग ने स्टॉप लॉसेस तो यहाँ पे रखे थे. एंड वेन एवर यू यूजली गेट दिस गैप्स, अगर गैप्स नहीं पता है तो एज चंद्रा एंड अंचल मेंशन्स टू यू, there is another session that we have done on gaps. What is a breakaway gap, what is a runaway gap, what is a exhaustion gap. This is what we call as a breakaway gap. okay, breakaway gap. क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या हुआ कि लोगों ने स्टॉप लॉस रखे थे, जैसे ही वो प्राइसेस ट्रिगर हुए एवरीबॉडी स्टार्टेड बाइंग मोर एंड मोर. और जो भी अभी तक मंदी कर रहे थे, जो शॉर्ट सेलिंग कर रहे थे, दे गॉट ट्रैप्ड. So now they have started buying. That was the initial thrust. ठीक है, क्योंकि जब तक अब तक लोग बेच रहे थे, अभी वो लोग खरीदना चालू कर दिया. अभी once they are selling, now they are turning buyers. What will happen to the demand of the stock? The demand of the stock will go up क्योंकि वो लोग खरीद रहे हैं. In the meantime, ये जो बड़ा प्लेयर था यहाँ पे जो उसने खरीदा था, या ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल, दे आर ऑल्सो कन्विंस के बॉस ये मार्केट ऊपर ही जा रहा है, तो वो लोग भी और थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐड कर रहे हैं अपने में पोजीशन. एंड देन देयर इज अनदर सेट ऑफ यूजर्स, उनको लगता है ये बॉस ये इतना बढ़ क्यों गया है, ये तो बढ़ना ही नहीं चाहिए. टीटीएमएल और सम ऑफ दी स्टॉक्स, राइट, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट इट, बढ़ते ही जा रहा है, तो दे स्टार्ट शॉर्टिंग इट. बट जैसे जैसे थोड़ा भी नीचे आता है मार्केट और ऊपर चला जाता है, सो दे स्टार्ट कवरिंग देयर पोजीशंस. And that's where this third wave starts going up. And then all of a sudden you realize that the third wave is the best wave. मतलब जहां पे मीडिया चैनल्स भी बुलिश है वो स्टॉक पे, एनालिस्ट आर गिविंग बाय रिकमेंडेशन. आप किसी को भी अपने बिल्डिंग में पूछ लो तो वो लोग बोल देंगे कि भाई सीडीएसएल तो लेना ही है, लॉरस लैब तो लेना ही है, ये स्टॉक तो लेना ही है. बिकॉज at one point of time nobody was talking about CDSL. okay, but once there was a big up move, everybody started building up a story कि कोरोना के चक्कर में बहुत सारे लोग मिलेनियल इन्वेस्टर मार्केट में आए, तो उन्होंने बहुत सारे डिस्काउंट ब्रोकरेज हाउसेस में अकाउंट खुलाए. and who is going to be the beneficial of that is CDSL. every story starts building up then and the prices starts to go up and everything looks very very nice for that particular stock. once that is done, जो बड़े प्लेयर थे, मैंने जो आपको बताया था, जो यहाँ पे खरीद रहे थे बॉटम पे, they will start booking profits. वो लोग प्रॉफिट बुकिंग चालू करेंगे. Okay, everyone clear? They will start with a profit booking. Now, once they are profit booking, what will happen to the prices? Prices will come down. Now, this is a very important way of identifying. एक बहुत important way of identifying है कि ये वेव 2 है कि वेव 4 है. मैंने क्या बताया था, जब भी आपका वेव 2 रहेगा वो विक्शियस सेल ऑफ रहेगा, मतलब इट विल स्टॉप समवेयर अराउंड बिटवीन 61.8 to 78.6. दैट मीन्स बहुत, मतलब यहां से जो ऊपर बढ़ा था ऑलमोस्ट वो वापस नीचे आ गया था. लेकिन जो वेव 4 है, इट इज अ gradual profit taking. It is a gradual profit taking, and it will stop somewhere around your favorite Fibonacci numbers 23.6 and 38.2. So it will stop somewhere around. ये जो पूरी स्विंग है ना, ये वेव 2 से वेव 3 की जो स्विंग थी वो यहाँ पे या यहाँ पे कहीं जाके रुकेगी. ठीक है, दैट्स योर वेव 4. फिर क्या होगा? वेव 4 बनने के बाद जो मेरे जैसे टेक्निकल एनालिस्ट थे, जो जिन्होंने कहीं पे भी पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया था ये रैली में, we will draw a trend line or a 100 period moving average or anything of that sort. We'll try to find the retracement. Everything will start combining at wave 4. तो हम लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि यार ये वाला तो 1000 रुपया हो गया था, ठीक है, 1000 रुपया वाला अभी 800 रुपये में मिल रहा है. इट्स अ वेरी गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बाय मोर. It can go up to 1500, 1600, 1700 also. So हम लोग क्या करेंगे एज ए टेक्निकल एनालिस्ट, वी विल ड्रॉ अ ट्रेंड लाइन और अ मूविंग एवरेज और एनीथिंग, जहां पे यहाँ पे सपोर्ट मिला वी विल गो लॉन्ग. जैसे ही हम लोग लॉन्ग जाएंगे, व्हाट विल हैपन टू द डिमांड ऑफ द स्टॉक? द डिमांड ऑफ द स्टॉक विल गो अप, so is the price of the stock will go up, and that makes your wave 5. Okay, wave 5 is a very important wave. Why it is very important is basically it is going to make a new high vis-a-vis your third wave. ठीक है, वो थर्ड वेव की कंपैरिजन में फिफ्थ वेव विल मेक अ न्यू हाई. लेकिन द स्पीड विथ विच इट वाज राइजिंग, ये जो वेव 3 में था ना, व्हाई एवरीबडी, लेट मी जस्ट बी वेरी ब्रूटल हियर, जब ये अपना मार्च कोरोना क्रैश होने के बाद जो हम लोग की एक रैली आई बड़ी, till like from March crash till whatever December top we made it, right? Everybody think they are the smartest of the smart traders. Why? Because we were part of a good strength. मतलब मैं कुछ भी खरीदता था ऊपर जा रहा था. मैं कुछ भी खरीदता था, मैं पैसा बन रहा था, तो मुझे लग रहा था आई एम स्मार्ट. एंड देयर इज अ वेरी फेमस सेइंग दैट you will realize when the waves recede who was swimming with the swimming costume or naked. Okay, there was a famous saying on that, क्योंकि जब भी recede होते हैं ना, everybody thinks that they are very smart people, but when there is, अभी पैसा बनाना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है अगर, एंड आई एम श्योर जो भी देख रहे हो और फ्यूचर में भी देखेंगे, ये टाइम पीरियड जो है to make money on the investment portfolio has become very difficult. Why? Because we are somewhere around on the fifth wave, or we are maybe started on the wave A correction also, and we will analyze that, and that's why it is very difficult to make money. But when you were on the March crash, this was a March crash, okay, and then if there was a big rally after that, अब कुछ भी खरीद लो, पैसा बनना ही था क्योंकि सब लोग पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. Media is happy, everybody is going up and up and up, and the stock is going up. So you think to yourself कि बहुत बड़ा smart हूँ, लेकिन ideally it is just the market who is helping you. I'm not saying you are a bad trader, but most of the time it is not you, it is actually market who is giving you money. So ये फिफ्थ वेव बनता है ना, उसका एक इंडिकेशन क्या होता है पता है? जब भी सब लोग बोलेंगे कि भाई मार्केट कभी भी नीचे नहीं जा सकता. We got convinced after corona crash and that big rally that we had it, and जब भी कोरोना का वैक्सीन आ गया, ओमिक्रॉन आ गया एंड देन वी गॉट ऑल कंफर्टेबल कि बस अगर कोरोना क्रैश के बाद भी अगर मार्केट ऊपर गया है तो अभी तो मार्केट को ऊपर ही जाना है. Market has to go up only. Now everybody's got comfortable here. And that is where when you are the most comfortable, that is the time market actually surprises you. And that is the nature of the market. I will be honest, I was not convinced till market took out in March. I was also bearish. But once that 61.8% retracement, and I'll talk about the extension and everything in the future videos, okay, where I was convinced कि मार्केट अभी ऊपर ही जाने वाला, अभी ये नीचे नहीं जाने वाला. And then we had a gradual sell off and then another put off. And when people start talking to you about stock market, who are the people not interested in the stock market, is also a very good sign that the market is near the top. I will be very honest that I remember very categorically one day when the gold has a massive bull run. massive bull run. And my mom knows that I do stock market trading. I'm actually into trading and all that stuff. So मेरी मॉम ने मुझे बुला के पूछा ये स्टॉक वॉक तो ठीक है विशाल, आर यू ट्रेडिंग इनटू गोल्ड और नॉट? एंड आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड बिकॉज माय मॉम never talks to me about stock market or a commodity market. But now she is there talking to me कि विशाल तू commodity trade कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, तूने गोल्ड में पैसा डाला कि नहीं डाला. So I asked her कि बॉस मार्केट गोल्ड मार्केट इतना मैसिव बुल रन में चल रहा है, हाउ डू यू नो दैट? सो शी सेड कि मैं क्या करूं, मैं हर रोज न्यूज़पेपर खोलती हूं, द फर्स्ट आर्टिकल ऑन द फ्रंट पेज इट टॉक्स अबाउट कि गोल्ड प्राइजेस आज 1,000 रुपए से बढ़ गए, गोल्ड प्राइजेस आज 5,000 से बढ़ गए, गोल्ड प्राइजेस आज 10,000 से बढ़ गए. That means all the people who are also not interested into the stock market or the gold market are forced to get attracted towards that market. Similarly, cryptocurrency, bitcoins, ethereum, dogecoin, you can think of so many things. क्योंकि इतना information flow आपके पास आता है, then you start thinking about it. And usually when you start investing, most of the investors or the late investors starts investing here. And when the market crashes down like this, they say कि बॉस स्टॉक मार्केट इज अ सट्टा बाजार, इसमें पैसा नहीं बनता. ठीक है, but this is the fifth wave. This is the psychology of a fifth wave. So there are certain rules of Elliott wave that you have to follow. Wave 2 cannot retrace past the beginning of wave 1. ये जो wave 2 था ना, ये जो wave 2, assuming this was the beginning of wave 1, and how do you know beginning of wave 1 हो चुका है? It is with practice, and we will give you some caveats in the later sections and later chapters where we will talk about what are the typical identification कि भाई wave 1 या wave 2 चल रहा है, हम लोग identify कर सकते हैं. You can see over here wave 2. I told you what wave 2 can go up to the maximum of, anybody can tell me, 61.8 या 78.6. ओके, अगर ये 100% चला गया, ये नीचे ब्रेक कर दिया ऑफ प्रीवियस स्विंग, देन दिस इज नॉट अ वेव 2. ये जो फॉल आ रहा है वो वेव 2 नहीं है. एंड चंद्र ऑल्सो मेंशन यस यू हैव टू हैव अ हाई वॉल्यूम बट अ लाइट वॉल्यूम व्हेन इट इज फॉलिंग डाउन, but it cannot go below 78.6. That's one rule. Wave 2 cannot go at the beginning of wave 1. So that's rule number 1 that you have to remember while plotting the chart. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest of the 3 impulse wave. अभी यहाँ पे impulse कौन सा है? Wave 1 impulse है because it is going in the upward direction. Then wave 3 is an impulse wave because it is going up, and wave 5 is also an impulse wave because it is going up. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest of three impulse wave. So wave 3 cannot be short than wave 1 and 5. उसका एक important point है that you may not understand between the words. The thing is, wave 3 has to be the longest. Ideally, a lot of books says wave 3 has to be the longest, which is not the correct interpretation of Elliott wave. The correct interpretation of wave 3 is wave 3 cannot be the shortest of three impulse. What does that mean? That means कि ये जो wave 1 है, 3 can be shorter than wave 1, but it has to be larger than wave 5 in terms of magnitude. And when I say shortest and right, मतलब price travel कि अगर ये, let's take an example so you will understand. From bottom was say 100 rupees, it went up to 150 rupees. What was the impulse of 50 rupees? This came to 125, and this is like let's do 225 for easy calculation purpose. From 225 it came to 200. Now this is, let's take 220. Okay, now will this considered as a good Elliott wave count? Yes, possible, because this is 50 rupee move, this is 100 rupee move, and this is what, 20 rupee move. So wave 3 is the longest in this definition. But what if this was not 220? Okay, this was not 220, but from 200 it went up to say 400. Now this wave has become, okay, this wave has become not 20 rupees, it become 200 rupees. Wave 3 is 100 rupees and wave 1 is 50 rupees. Is it still a valid wave count? Let's see. Let's ask the audience, Anchal, that ये जो मैंने डाला हुआ है, will that be a good wave count?
Guys, let us know in the comments. Please अपने answers डाल दीजिए, and we will take them up.
Will this wave count मैंने जो बनाया हुआ है वो right wave count हो सकता है? The trick question here is wave 3 cannot be the shortest. As always, Chandra is on dot with
On
it.
point.
Anyone else? Wave 3 is
Wave
still
3.
not the shortest. Shefali, you are right. Bang on target. Shefali, sorry. Kamal is sure and not sure, which is also good. If you are not sure, say, which is very good. And I appreciate people who are not sure about it also. Thanks, Kamal.
Yeah. And it is a complicated topic, so everybody should be at the same level of clarity. So
yeah.
Anyone else, guys, please put it up in the comments.
So I think so मोटा मोटी सब लोग ने आंसर दिया, and yes, it is the correct interpretation of wave 5. So wave 3 is not the shortest. What Shafali mentioned, you can see here, wave 3 is smaller, shorter than wave 5, but it is still larger than the wave 1, and that's why it is called as a wave 3, and it is called as it's a right impulse wave counting that we have done so far. Everyone so far so clear with me? So let's, and the last rule of Elliott wave is wave 4 cannot come into the territory of wave 1, top of the wave 1. So if you see over here, we talked about it, that wave 4 ideally will stop at 38.2 or 23.6, right? We talked about it. And usually it will stop somewhere around, worst case scenario, it will go to 50%. Worst case scenario. But it cannot go below the top of the wave 1. If this is done like this, then your wave 4 is not correct. Wave 4 cannot go below the territory or the peak of the wave 1. So these are the simple rules that you have to remember. Okay. And let's take with an example and we'll stop for the day. Okay. If I want to put a wave count on this and see whether it works or not, let's visually think in your mind what are the wave counts would look like. So let me just put out, I'm sure you would have tried to look at the wave count on these structures. Can you see over here? Wave 1, then we had a wave 2, then a wave 3, then a wave 4, then a major wave 5, then we had an impulse. After that, wave A, then a corrective B, and then a corrective C. Okay, I would, correct me. Sorry, this is a little bit wrong, and my apologies for it. I would draw this way. Okay, this is the wave 1. Why this is the wave 1? Can you see wave 1, wave 2? Oh, sorry, in this also wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. This is the wave 1. Okay, you can put it this one or this one. Then you have a corrective A, B, and C. This is going to be wave 3. And how do I put it? Is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. And then you have a small A, B, and C. Then again wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After the wave is completed, you actually go on the downward side. Wave. Now let's look at the characteristics of the wave count that we have done. Wave 2 cannot go below the territory of wave 1. So that condition is true. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest, and that's why I said this was a wrong count. Pardon me. Wave 3 was here. So if you calculate the momentum, it is still larger than the wave 1. And wave 5 is little or almost equal to that. So wave 3 is not the shortest. And important, wave 4 is not crossing the bottom of wave 1, and that's why it can be counted as a valid wave count. And guys, this is just an example. We are going to go into much more detail with each and every count and how you can actually treat them, but I just wanted to show you on a broad level how you can see this impulse wave. Okay, similarly there is a wave count wave up move, then a corrective wave 2, then an impulse 3, then an impulse 4, impulse 5, then we have a corrective which becomes an impulse. After 5 waves completed, in a downfall, you have an impulse, then a corrective, and then an impulse. So whatever you have studied, you are actually able to see it on the chart also. And that is where the Elliott wave analysis becomes very, very, very interesting and a very, very, very powerful concept. Okay, and also we are going to check all the terms. If not, then you recount your things. So, Nayantullah Khan, we just talked about the structures. We will talk about the stop loss placement. कभी एंट्री करनी है, कभी एग्जिट करनी है, बिकॉज अभी भी ये बहुत सब्जेक्टिव है. I will teach you a way to make it a more objective way of trading this. But you have to understand, पहले बिल्डिंग बनाने से पहले उसके फाउंडेशन को डालना पड़ेगा. ये अभी तक हम लोग फाउंडेशन ही डाल रहे हैं और ये फाउंडेशन और भी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होने वाला है, क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा था कि ये एक सेशन में होगा, लग रहा है, लेकिन गोइंग बाय द स्पीड विथ विच आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू, इट मे रिक्वायर 2 more session to complete this. ठीक है, but I think so today we will stop here. And Chandra, yes, it is confusing. So what I want you to do is everyone to it is going to get recorded and put it out so they can watch it. Again review करो, chart डालो, हम लोग ट्विटर पे या कहीं पे भी we will discuss about the charts. What are the wavefronts that you are looking at? Yeah.
Right.
Anchal, so done for my day, done for the day.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this is going to carry on for a while, and it's good to know that इतने सारे लोग interested हैं and questions भी पूछ रहे हैं. So, guys, we'll definitely see you in the next session on next Saturday, which will be a continuation. इस session का continuation होगा. और जैसे कि विशाल ने बोला है कि आप प्लीज़ अपना आप इस एपिसोड को रिव्यू कर लीजिए आफ्टर दिस सेशन एंड्स. दिस विल बी एडेड टू दी मास्टर क्लास विद विशाल मेहता प्लेलिस्ट. सो उसमें आप प्लीज़ ये सेशन रिव्यू कीजिए, और इससे पहले भी हमने सेशंस किए हैं उनको प्लीज़ गो थ्रू देम ऑल्सो, क्योंकि काफ़ी सारे कॉन्सेप्ट जो आज विशाल ने बोले हैं वो उन प्रीवियस सेशन में भी एक्सप्लेन्ड है. So guys, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you Vishal also for taking out your time and teaching us all these things. हमारे ऑडियंसेस को एज यूजुअल आई वांट टू टेल देम, अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया है देन डू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल, एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द बेल आइकन फॉर नोटिफिकेशंस. वी विल सी यू नेक्स्ट सैटरडे. बाय.
Thank you. Bye.